1-2-1-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now, we want to bring forth to the stage a very special guest, the undisputed.
Nah, son, baby. And this is another episode.
Can't help but swing it, boy. Swing it, brother, swing.
And this is your host. Nah, son, baby. Here we go. Microphone check 1-2-1-2. This is your host, Nah, son, baby. And this is another episode of Swingers After Dark. And I'm with a lovely lady. She fulfilled a fantasy, so to speak. She got it in with twins, two brothers, twin boys. She got it in. They were the bread, and she was the meat, the cheese, the lettuce, the mayo, the relish, the mustard, or whatever you put on your fucking sandwich, because she was sandwiched. You feel me? She was like the what's them ice cream sandwiches? Help me out, baby. What's them ice cream? Them sandwich bars? Yeah, use the cream in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Use the cream in the middle being sandwich. So lady, for all you ladies out there, who may want to fulfill, or even you dudes, because a lot of you dudes, y'all have fantasies of fucking twin sisters. But we're going to flip it and talking about, this chick fucking, twin brothers. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you very much.
Let's clap for that. So how did you get it in? How did you hook it up to get your jollies off? First of all, could you tell them the difference? I
could tell the difference.
Well, like one dude's dick was bigger than the other. Like how was you able to tell the difference? Like how?
They moved. Their moves were different. One was a little more aggressive than the other.
So one was salt and one was pepper.
Yeah.
Fire and ice. So they had like a combination going on. You feel me? So right. You got the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So how did it kick off? How did y'all meet?
One of them, we were friends. We worked somewhere together, and we were cool and everything. And when my marriage had failed and what have you, and I had started, living my life, that was my little getaway, after work or on my day off or whatever. So it was always like, you want to come over? I'm like, sure, I'll come over. And that was that.
She wanted some rebound dick. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, so the other twin, he was just basically like the roommate. He stayed quiet. He didn't say much. He had his own thing going on and what have you. So, it never crossed my mind. So one morning after, getting it in, I'm sitting in the bedroom watching television, and he knocks on the door and he says something to his brother. So I'm not paying it no mind, because in my head, it didn't have anything to do with me. So then he says to me, and then he leaves. He leaves and goes back in his room. So the guy I was friends with, he was like, you want to do something different? I was like, excuse me, different how? And he was like, well, my brother likes you. I was like, okay. And he was like, and my brother was wondering if you wouldn't mind, being with the both of us. I was like, excuse me, at the same time. Now, mind you, I haven't been offered anything like that since my early 20s. Here I am at that time in my mid 30s. Mm-hmm. We women don't get those type of, as I say, for lack of a better word, opportunities like that, like the men do, because the men, you get 2-3 chicks at the same time, most of the time, a lot of times, and nobody has a problem offering that to, the man and stuff. But for the woman to sit up there and be offered, me, him and him, we don't get that too often at all. So, like I said, that's only the second time since my early 20s that I had been offered. The first time, I was young. I was like, oh, no, I don't know about that.
So what changed from the first to the second time? What changed? What brought out the primitive beast from
the first
within?
time I was young, and it was like, oh, I wasn't raised like, you know, I was like, I was afraid, like I was scared because it was new to me. You know what I mean? You know, I've only seen anything like that go on like in porn, so it was new to me, and I was like, oh, I don't know. And then, you know, when I, you know, being young like that, I'm thinking about, oh, who would thinking, what would thinking this, that, and the other. Like, oh my God, what am I supposed to think of my stuff? Blah, blah, blah. So it at the time when I was younger, I just wasn't thinking that, you know, I'm just living my life, having a good time. And I just wanted to fulfill one of my fantasies. I wasn't thinking like that back then. So when I got older and the situation presented itself again, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take it this time. I mean, I'm grown. You know what I mean? I'm in a place where, you know, my marriage has failed, but I mean, I'm not dead. So, you know, and it's always been one of my fantasies. So why not? Mm-hmm. And then the bonus was that they were identical twins. So I jumped on it, literally.
So was you into the brother? Was you really, what made the dude you was initially with tell you that his brother was into you? Did he say that, right? My brother likes you. He said, so did he see the freak in your eyes? Did he see the freak in you for him to come at you like that?
I think he did, but I mean, it wasn't so much that it was like, oh, well, you know, I'm never going to speak to you again if you say no. It was like very like understanding, because he made it clear, like, you know, you don't have to if you don't want to, but you know, he wanted me to ask you. And he said, so I'm asking you, you know, you don't have to if you don't want to. It's just being presented to you. So I like the fact that I wasn't being forced into anything, and that, you know, you did take time to at least ask me instead of waiting till, you know, me and you get into it and then boom, he's walking through the door and joins in. You know, I mean, I appreciated the fact that they asked me. So, and I mean, and they were attractive. I mean, they were identical twins. They was attractive. So okay. What did you start? Give us a clear picture. Give us a motion picture from start to finish with no interruptions. Okay.
this is a bad time story. This is a bad time story.
So it was like maybe
I want every detail. I want the nasty, freakiest shit. I want the X-rated, NC-17. Fuck COVID-19. This NC-17, goddamn it. This NC-21, because we're in the, you know what I'm saying? So,
well, it started out me coming over and to see, you know.
Wait, I know when you tell the story, I need to jerk off to this. So okay. Yeah, so give me some jerking off material.
It started off like that. I went over to the house because we had set a date and everything. We had set a time because they actually, he was like, well, you know, think about it, you know, and let me know, because I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. Basically, just thinking about, you know, oh, what am I going to do? Should I? Should not? You know, basically thinking, you know. But I went over. And I had gotten a shower and everything, and I just sat on the bed and I talked to my friend and stuff like that, and you know, and he was like, okay, he said, well, you know, this is what's going to happen. He was like, you know, my brother, he's sitting in the room, he's waiting, and he said he would like to, you know, see you first. I was like, okay, all right. So I went over in the room. Like I said, they were, you know, identical twins. Went over in the room, and I still had on like a towel, and it was like I was clutching it for dear life, because I was like, I've never done anything like this before. And that's the problem that we, you know, when new stuff is presented to us, it's like we're quick to judge it because we haven't done it before. You know what I mean? So I sat on the bed and, you know, we talked. I mean, it's not like we've never talked before. You know what I mean? It's not like he was a stranger to me. We have talked before. We have chopped it up and everything. It's just that he was doing his own thing. So next thing I know, you know, he started kissing me on my shoulder and then on my neck, and then, you know, laid me down, took the towel off of me, gave me some head. I mean, yeah. gave me some head, and then the other brother had, walked in after a few minutes. I guess that was supposed to like make me feel a little more comfortable. Walked in after a few minutes, and now at that time, I'm done getting my head. I'm already bent over. I'm already bent over and everything on all fours, and we getting it in. So the brother comes in, and then he starts. He gives me a kiss, and then I got one brother behind me, and I got another brother underneath of me, and then and we're changing positions and everything. It's like it was the ass smacking, the everything. Everything. It was fun. It was fun.
Wait. You have to keep it real. You got to keep it 100 with me.
Mm-hmm.
Did he raw diggity dog it? No prophylactics, no rubber, no Jimmy hat.
Oh no, we were safe. We used prophylactics.
So they didn't nut in you. You didn't get that cream pie. Y'all didn't do the sloppy seconds. The sloppy seconds is when one dude nut in your pussy, and then another dude come after him and nut in you again. So that's what it's like, double dipping sloppy seconds. So y'all didn't do the cream pie, the sloppy seconds.
We didn't do cream pies or nothing like that. We had condoms and everything. And one brother, the one that was doing his own thing and everything, he, I guess he had to go to work or whatever, because he had, he did his thing. He had got his nut and what have you, took off the condom, went and took a shower. And he came back in the room getting dressed, watching me fuck his brother. Or watching his brother fuck me.
Wait, hold on. So did you do like a DP? Y'all didn't do a double penetration?
We did.
Like what, two dicks in the pussy, or one in the pussy or one in the ass?
One in the pussy, one in the ass.
Oh, so that's why it was easy for me to go in your ass. Fuck you in the ass. Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my asshole feels like a pussy. Real talk, because I didn't know whether I was in a pussy or in the ass when we were getting it in. But anyway, it's not about me. So how was that feeling for the ladies who never experienced a threesome? Listen, it would have been hot if I was there and I would have fucked your mouth, and you would have got like all three holes filled. The ass, the pussy, and the mouth. That's like a trifecta. That's like the unholy trinity. You feel me? That would have been hot. So how did it feel like with your ass and your pussy getting drilled? Like, was they savage or were they going slow? Like, you was ratting him and then his brother was from the back. Like, how did y'all do that trice?
I'm not gonna say they was savage with it, but they wasn't gentle with it either. So my mom ain't raised no quitters. My mom raised soldiers. So I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh, wait a minute. That's my pride. That's my pride right there. I'm not the one that's gonna sit there and be like, oh, you know what? Tap out. I can't do this. I'm not gonna do that, because that's my foolish pride. I'm going to give it that soldier's try and see what all I can take. So it was like I said, it was a different feeling, but it was just, I don't know, it was something so sensual about it. And it was fun, and it was like my first experience, and I was feeling not so much liberated, but I was like, damn, so this is what it's like. I can do this without judgment, because people want to judge you, so you can't talk about stuff like this with everybody. So, but yeah, it was nice. To have one behind me, with their hands on my waist, trying to get it in and getting it in, and then you have the other one underneath of you riding him while he's riding you. You know what I mean? So, and he's gripping the thighs and everything. It's it was nice. Because women like myself, we like to be touched, just to, putting your hands on us and everything. We love that shit. So it was nice. It was fun. It was fun. So, but yeah, and that was, don't get me wrong, that was a long time ago. But, I remember to this day, and we're all still cool to this day.
So y'all gonna do an encore?
No, we have not, because after the fact they had went off their on their ways, and you know they had went and left the state that we were in, and I know one got married, and one kept popping out, kept knocking people up or whatever, I don't know. But you know, we didn't do an encore performance. We was just cool. We would all just be cool.
Now we gotta run that back. You know, we gotta have an orgy with the wives, with the baby mamas, me, you. We gotta have, listen, there's enough love to be spreaded around.
Exactly.
So how did y'all work y'all way to the point where you riding his brother and he come fucking ass? Like, was that planned or it was just organic? Or was you like surprised that he decided to fuck your ass? Huh?
It just happened that way. Because we were changing like positions, and you know, it just happened that way. Like, I think one, if I remember correctly, because like I said, this was a while back, so I remember one was in my mouth and the other one was behind me, and then we changed positions. So the one that was in my mouth was now underneath of me, and then the other one that was behind me had started going in the ass, and then the other one started going in the pussy, and then there you go.
So he didn't ask; he just said, "Fuck it, I'm a go all in, all in."
He was gonna go all in, because I mean, it's not like it's not like we haven't done anything like that before. Well, the one that I was more familiar with intimately. You know what I mean? It's not like we haven't done anything like that before. So
wait. So you was riding the other brother while the dude you was originally with was fucking you in the ass.
Yeah.
So how would you feel if it was in reverse?
How would I feel about it was in reverse? You know what?
If the brother was in the ass and you was riding the dude you were initially with.
I probably wouldn't have had a problem with it, because I know that one, not the one that I was regularly seeing, but the brother, I'm positive he would have asked me first, because that's just the type of person he is. Yeah, they were identical in looks, but they were different in personality. So he would have asked me if it was okay.
So how was that feeling? How does it feel with two dicks inside you? Like, were they like tag teaming your guts at the same time? How does that feel?
It was like it was great. I mean, it was a great time. I mean, it was a great feeling. I can't even really describe it, because it was like, you know, all that going on, and you ready to bust, and you ready to squirt all over the place. I mean, it was it was all right.
Oh, so you didn't feel overwhelmed, like, oh Lord Jesus, and you know what I'm saying? You didn't feel
I didn't feel overwhelmed, you know, because you know, I've got to give it that old soldier's try. So I didn't feel overwhelmed. They didn't make me feel uncomfortable. You know, I was asked, and like I said, if it was the brother, he would have asked me, versus the one that I was regularly seeing. He was just gonna go for it, because you know, it's not like we haven't done things like that before. So to have them both, you know, inside at the same time, I was like, wow. I mean, it was like all I could do, you know, I couldn't even stop myself from, you know, from orgasming and from having my orgasms and damn near like squirting all over the damn room, because I mean, everything was getting hit.
So what was in your mind? What was going on in your head? Was you like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm fucking twin brothers?
It was like, I am going to hell. That's what was going on in my head. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to hell. I said, you know, it's like, I can't, in the beginning, I was like, I can't believe I'm about to do this. I'm going to hell in a handbasket with gasoline drawers. Okay. Then that feeling quickly went away.
So how did it go away? Like your first nut, your first orgasm, or what? When did that go away?
It went away. When did it go away? I think it went away when dude came into the room. Yeah. It went away when dude came into the room.
So it went from feeling guilty to a guilty pleasure to pleasure. So
Yeah.
Explain those steps to women who may be iffy about having a threesome with two men, let
Well,
alone brothers.
a lot of times it's because we think that we can't handle that type of situation going on. Like some of us feel though it's too much. I mean, you got some women that still think that a certain size is too big. I still hear people come and say, "Oh no, that's too big." But see, in my head, there's no such thing. You got to at least try it. You got to at least try it first before you sit there and say, "Oh, that's too much. I can't handle that." You don't know what you can. You know what I mean? So that's mainly the main thing. It's that fear of having more than one person in that bed with you. Having and getting it in and what have you. It's that fear that, like, can I do this? Am I able to do this? What's going to happen and everything. So if y'all are all consenting and are comfortable with each other, that's not something I would just try with somebody I just met 15 minutes ago. You see what I'm saying? That's not something that I would do with somebody I met last week. No, I mean, me and the guy have been friends for a while. We have been friends for a while before we even embarked on seeing each other like that. You know what I mean?
So how did you get yourself comfortable with bringing in another guy, even though you were comfortable with the initial dude?
Well, I was comfortable when they settled down and actually asked me. I was okay with that, instead of just saying, "Oh, well, next time, you come over, me and him is going to do this, that, and the other." I wouldn't have came over. But the fact that, you asking me and then basically guiding me through like the first about the first 10 minutes and everything, you're guiding me through it. Like, and they were like, "I'm going to let you know what's going to happen. This is what we're going to do. So just, you and him, you do this, and then I'm going to give y'all 10 minutes and I'm going to come in and that and the other." That way I knew what was to be expected. I knew what was expected. I knew what was going to happen because you just guided me through it, and that made me more comfortable. That took away some of the tension.
So they acted like kings. They were not cavemen, Neanderthal savages. They treated you. Listen, you were getting slutted out without knowing that you was getting slutted out, and that's why I always say every woman wants to get slutted out, but don't treat her like she's a slut, even though she is a slut. Not saying that you're a slut, but I'm just saying it's like, even in a situation such as a threesome, you can't treat her like a piece of meat. You feel me? You got to treat her with care, like she matters. Like it's all about me, you, and us. It's all about our care. It's like, yeah, I want to be your little whore. I want to be your slut, but at the same time, don't state the obvious. It's like, don't do too much. Make sure that I'm good with it. It's all about the woman being comfortable. Because because a woman want to fuck, at the end of the day, she want to be comfortable fucking. Even in her whoredom, she want to be comfortable. She want to be treated like a queen. You understand, man? That's what a lot of guys, they don't know. They so wrapped up in their ego. They think, well, I'm a bang this chick with my homies, and we just gonna treat her like shit. Nah, it's like the pussy is in your hand. So you gotta treat it with care. You feel me? And you have to make sure that she's comfortable, so where that she's gonna squirt, she's gonna nut, she's gonna orgasm, and it's harmonious. You feel me? So that's how
in it. Our bodies is one thing. It's easy to get your body into it, but for a lot of us women, our minds have to be in it as well. We have to be in that mood, that mode, that we have to have our mind ready for that, in preparation for that. Especially if something is new to you, like being with two men or whatever, two women or whatever. Your mind has to be right. Even if you're going to be with two women at the same time, those women's minds have to be right in order for them to fuck you. They have to be in that frame of mind. Instead, and you don't want them coming in and just treating you like you ain't shit, and you just a nut and going about the business. You want them to come in there. You want them two women to come in there. You want them to touch you. You want them to kiss all on you. You want them to suck your dick. Some of them they might want their ass licked. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them. You know what I mean? You want her to be in that right mood, that right frame of mind to come and do those things to you. You know what I mean? So in my situation, even with being with the twins and everything, my mind had to be right. I mean, because don't get me wrong, I mean, I was a little nervous because I had never done anything like that before. But because, you know, they asked me and they talked me through it. And it's not like they asked me Monday morning and then 10 minutes later we were doing it. No, they was like, you know, take a couple days, you know, think about it, and just let me know. You know, it's no rush. You don't have to if you don't want to, but think about it. You know what I mean? That made me more comfortable. And then, you know, talking me through it the first 10 minutes, that also added to my level of comfort where I was like, okay, you know what? This is what we're going to do. I'm going to sit. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to enjoy myself.
Make time out. Time out. But okay, I'm getting conflicting stories from you. You said the dude came to you before. He said, my brother likes you.
Yeah.
So before that day, he put the seed in your brain to hatch.
He asked me and put the seed in my head. Yeah.
And then when you came up, so what did he say the first time?
The first time was like we were just like I was sitting on the bed watching TV.
When y'all had a conversation.
Yeah, and he was like somewhat sleeping. He was just laying there. And, you know, his brother knocked on the door. He went and answered the door, and his brother said something to him. I wasn't listening because I was watching the movie. And then he sits on the bed, and that's when he says to me, he's like, you know, would you like to do something different? So when we started having that conversation, I'm like, so are y'all okay with this? And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay. I was like, so, you know, I'm like, I don't know. I said, because I kind of want to, but I don't know. And I said, because I've never done anything like that before. And he was like, well, I'll tell you what. He said, you know, take a couple of days, you know, and think about it. You know, if you want to or not. He said, nobody's rushing you. Nobody's pushing you. You don't want to, it's fine. If you want to, that's fine too. So I went home and, you know, I was like, now sit down, you know, what are the odds of me being offered something like that again? I said, because I'm already in my mid-30s. The first time I was ever approached with that scenario, I was like 22 years old. So now I'm in my mid-30s. So it's not like those opportunities come at us all the time. So I said, you know what? I said, I'm gonna try something different because I'm a little adventurous at times. So I'm like, I'm gonna try something different. This is new to me. Let me give it a try. Let me see what's up.
Now, how did it kick off? How did it kick off the second time? How did y'all start the second time?
Oh, it wasn't no second time. It was just the one time.
No. I mean, the day that y'all actually got it in. My bad. The day
that we actually got it in, like I said, I went over, took a shower. I mean, because the thing is, even though we were all cool, you know, they let me walk around the house like I lived there, so I could go take a shower. I could go in the kitchen, raid the refrigerator, and everything. They, you know, he could be asleep, and he was like, you know, if you're hungry, you know, everything is, you know, where everything is at. You know, it was like basically almost home away from home. So I went over there that morning, and I did call him. I called him, and I told him what my decision was, and they was like, okay, well, we'll you know, well, what about, you know, I think it was like a day or two later, and he was like, well, does that day work for you? I'm like, that's fine. You know, I'll come over and this, that, and the other. And that's how it went down. Because they were like, okay. They said, okay, as long as you're comfortable with this and, you know, it'll be okay. You'll be fine. We're going to take care of you.
So what happened when everybody finished getting a nut? What was the feeling? What was the atmosphere?
Okay. I know when the brother got his, like I said, you know, he said, I guess he was running a little late or whatever. I don't know. But he took his shower, got dressed, came back in, got dressed and everything. And he was watching me, you know, fuck his brother. Because like I said, I was on my back. Brother had my legs in the air. And this was the guy that I was normally seeing. So the brother was watching us. And, he sat up there and he lit up a cigarette, watched us, and he said, okay. He said, I got to get ready to go. And while the friend was sitting there, you know, while me and the friend was still fucking, he leaned over, gave me a nice kiss, and he said, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. and he went to work. And then the other one, that I was normally seeing, we finished doing what we was doing, and we just laid there. I took a shower, I laid there, and I was about to just grab my stuff, and he was like, "No, Mr. Nah, just you don't have to do that. Just go ahead and lay down, get you some, catch you a nap, watch a movie or whatever. Just lay there and relax for a minute." So I was like, "Okay." So, and I laid there, and we fell asleep. And then I said, "All right, well," it was like maybe early in the afternoon. I'm going to say about maybe 1 something. I got up, and I was like, "All right," I said, "I'm going to have to head on back to the house." And I did. And he was like, "All right," he said, "Well, call me when you get home. Let me know you made it home safe." Okay. And that's what I did. And I mean, and like I said, we've been friends ever since. We've all been cool. We've all remained cool. You know what I mean? But everybody went on with their lives and stuff. So, one got married, and I think the other one, like I said, was still popping out kids. So, I don't knowingly mess around with married men. So we can go hang out, have a couple beers or whatever. But no, I'm not going back. I'm not going anywhere with you. And he's asked me, he said, "Why don't you come to the house, and visit with me and my brother?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." I'm not going to do that. I'm okay. I mean, I do have some boundaries.
And on that note, this has been another episode of Swingers After Darkness. It's your host, Not Sun, baby. Check out my website at www.notsunblaze.com. That's www.nahsunblaze.com. And check out my ebook, Fuck. Yes, you heard right, F-U-C-K. Fuck. It's on Nook, Kindle, iBooks, Google Play. Go get it and make you say, na 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 na, ow. And shoot me an email at swingpodcast@gmail.com. That's swingpodcast@gmail.com. Hit me up with any questions or concerns that you may have. Rate, share, subscribe, and comment on this podcast. Dig. And on that note, until next time, peace.